You know how you have real friends and fake friends? So if the US turned out to be a fake friend and half the people in the Indian political establishment have been skeptical of them already, Japan is a real one. Now, Japan and India go way back. I'm talking 1,500 years back, when Buddhism was spreading from India to eventually Japan. Japan used to call India Tenjiku, which means the center of heaven. Then we kind of went off the map for them during colonial times, and World War II was a bit of a blip in the history, but right after that things were back on track. During the military tribunal for the Far East, India fielded one of the Allied judges, and where all the other judges were like, they're all guilty of war crimes, send them to the gallows. The Indian judge was like, hey, what about the British war crimes in India during the war? What about the fact that the US just dropped 2 atomic bombs on civilians in Japan? Aren't those also kind of war crimes? And the Indian judge dissented and not guilty. I see you, bro, okay? In 80 years, when we're rewriting the rules of the world, we're gonna have each other's backs. And here we are 80 years later, in the most uncertain geopolitical environment in Asia since then. China is on the rise, American foreign policy is imploding, and Prime Minister Modi is heading to China for the SCO summit, which Japan is obviously freaking out about. Japan has been very invested in India's future. This all started when Japan's Prime Minister Yoshihiro Mori visited India in the year 2000 and announced the Japan-India Global Partnership for the 21st century, and this was beefed up when Shinzo Abe rekindled the Quad. Essentially, it's a partnership which is very complementary and has very few competing objectives. So since things were up in the air, Modi and Prime Minister Ishiba of Japan decided to meet. They announced a bunch of very comprehensive, long-term strategic deals. This wasn't like, yeah, we want to work together with fluff language. This was like meaningful technology transfer and showing of long-term strategic intent. India has too many skilled young people and Japan not enough. 500,000 people-to-people exchanges win. India needs tech and Japan needs to diversify its supply chain. Semiconductor manufacturing in India. Boom! India needs investments to fuel its economic growth, and Japan needs a safe place to park its money so that the dividends and interest from that can soften the blow of their aging population. 10 trillion yen investment in India. Let's go! And there was much more. Defense collaboration, digitization, etc. But beyond the details, the messaging was clear. But our relationship is rock solid. Also, please don't go to China and sign a bunch of deals. And this is a signal to everyone. To the Americans, remember that plan to build a strategic partnership here? That's on with or without you. To the Chinese, it's a message saying you don't have as much leverage as you think that you do. The India-Japan strategic partnership isn't additive, it's multiplicative, because each one's strengths complement the other. To the Europeans, it's saying you guys need to be a bit more proactive with your foreign policy. And lastly, to the world, it's saying,
together we will shape the Asian century.